Hello and welcome back to another episode of Football Pundits podcast for your weekly and daily updates of all things football. I would like to remind everyone to do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. And also, this video is sponsored by Jersey Republic. You can find the links in the description below, and do not forget to follow us on the social media handles which are mentioned on the top of your screens, and you can find the links in the description below again. So we have yet another Champions League fixture to preview. I think it's one of the easiest of the eight fixtures which we have. It's Mönchengladbach versus Manchester City. Just to give an update to everyone, Mönchengladbach's fixtures in Germany are not going to take place. The fixtures have been moved to a neutral venue, which are happening in Budapest, Hungary, due to the UK COVID variant and the Germany's border restrictions, which have been introduced in the past couple of weeks. So let's get your thoughts. I mean, we've been talking about Pep and for a long time now, and the form they have been in. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be one of the easiest fixtures as well?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an easy one. Like I think I said when KTB got injured that Gladbach could trouble City, but I don't really see any chance this time right now. Like based on the current form that Gladbach has had and what City is going through, it's definitely an easy win for Pep and team. Something's definitely gone wrong in Gladbach's team because they were playing pretty well until the until the end of the year. But just when the winter break happened and they came back and played, something's happened. Definitely, the form has dipped through. So they're struggling to find form. I think they're still sitting seventh in the league table. So yeah, I feel it's going to be an easy victory for Gladbach, for City, and I don't see any chance for Gladbach.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I feel the same. Like Manchester City has been playing such great football in the past couple of weeks, past month in itself. Like watching them play, like it's scary how good they are playing, and their football is very slick. Like they're not just putting balls into the box; it's very slick. They are opening teams up, and they're opening teams up that are actually defensive. Like Premier League teams are, most of them are defensive teams that try to hit you on the counter. Like Mönchengladbach is a lot more expansive team. Like German teams are a lot more expansive teams, so I don't see City like facing any troubles opening them up and scoring like a couple of goals past them.
so there's another, I think, joyous occasion for all the City fans out there. I mean, KDB is maybe going to make his comeback this week because he got injured, I think, around the New Year. And now Pep gave us an update saying that there is a possibility he might make a comeback in this week, maybe against Everton or against Arsenal. We don't know, but this is definitely another big boost for them. With I think with Gundogan's injury yesterday, they have substituted with Gundogan and KDB now, so I think they definitely won't be missing anything because I think Gundogan was filling in the shoes for KDB and his position so far since his injury. So this is a headache which he's actually been pushed back for another week for I guess Guardiola now. We don't know the extent of Gundogan's injury so far, but let's see what happens in that aspect. What are your thoughts, Anshuman? Now that we know that maybe even KDB is going to come back.
It's just reinforces the fact that City is going to run away with the fixture. But I'm not going to take anything away from Gladbach. I think what I've heard is that Marco Rose, their manager, is doing some exceptional job bringing a squad of young players, some players who are not known pretty much throughout the global media of football, but still, I mean, they have been playing well. They have been inconsistent, but what I have read and I've heard about the team is that the team is building up with a very promising young strikers in Plea, and then we have Christoph Kramer, as well as Jan Sommer has been performing very well for them. I think, but again, having said that, I would say that they are very lucky to reach this stage as well. I mean, they just nicked it with the goal difference. They came second in their group, and which pushed them towards the knockout stages. I think I would say that their run probably is gonna end here. I think it is in itself a big accomplishment for a team who have never qualified for a round of 16 yet. So I think that was a big accomplishment, but I think City's gonna run racket.
But like, let's maybe let's look a little bit deeper into this fixture. What do you think is one of the weaknesses which actually Gladbach can actually exploit against City? Do you think there is any weakness right now in City's game which can be exploited?
I mean, Gladbach's game is very fast. That's the only thing I see troubling Man City. Like if you are thinking about keeping the possession and actually playing those key passes and the players making overlapping runs, and you can break the defense of Diaz and Stones, I don't really see Gladbach doing that. And plus, I don't even see them having a lot of possession. I think City is definitely going to be on the ball, definitely going to dominate in terms of possession. So the only way I see if City play a very high line and they play a high line. Gladbach can go on the counter, and they have the pacey players. It's not that like they cannot trouble them on the counter, but it's just that their form is not that great that I can say that it's going to be a very troublesome fixture for City. Like I think they can easily finish the fixture in the first leg itself, and they can probably rest their players in the second leg as well. That might definitely be the case at this point of time, because if you see like the fixture congestion that we always talk about, if Pep wants to protect their players, he might just do that. Like just a one-legged game, go out and finish the game, and we'll just rest the players in the second, and that might just happen.
But City do have the tendency to, produce some weird performances in big games, like the last season against Lyon, which was like everybody was expecting City to win that game, and City completely threw the game away. So I do expect like Mönchengladbach to cause some sort of troubles to them. Like they will get a few chances, but they need to take those chances. If they take those chances, I think they might just nick the game of City.
And I think they don't have anything to lose coming into this fixture. So I think City is somebody who needs to be cautious in this kind of fixture, because they can go all guns blazing, because losing probably is not in their mind. Like they are not going to stress on it that the City is going to go, let's stay back. No, I think they're going to go guns blazing. And if City handles that 20, it could be the other way around. It could be just City bombarding their strikers and finishing the game in the first half. It could be, but then if that also happens, I can see, like, as a football fan and as a realistic fan, I can see Gladbach and the strikers, and they, as Rishabh said, they are pacey wingers. So I think I can see them counter-attacking. And as Kshitij said, they might get few chances. They need to convert that. I mean, that is where the quality of the team would show up.
Yeah.
How they finish the ball, what are the runs. I think they will get chances. That is what I think. They might get the gaps and all, but I'm not sure if they're gonna convert them into goals.
I mean, even if you look at their group stage performances, they were against Inter, Real, and Shakhtar. So
Right.
we all know, I love that team, but they're not that great. Like, let's accept the fact that it is. So they're not that great. They won 10-0 on aggregate for the group stage, right? They lost against Real, they drew against Real, they lost against Inter, and the one other game they lost against Inter. So it's not very consistent, right? And we all know, like, how Real and Inter were playing in the group stages. They were not very well. They were not playing very good, right? So I don't really know if that was like, if Gladbach actually played well to give them trouble, or it was just the performances of Real and Inter, who are much greater team than Gladbach.
I mean, but still, like as like we talked about it before, I think getting that ownership of taking is like when Gladbach realized this might really be the opening to make history for this particular club, and I think if that pushed them towards 16, I can see them trying to get this fixture into their perspective or to their side. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I would like to see more from Pep. Like I know we're just previewing this particular fixture, but yeah, I think to build his legacy in Manchester City, he definitely needs to start performing in Champions League. Like
Champions League.
Him do anything in the Champions League in the last 4 years. Like he loses.
And I think it is high time for City as well.
Sorry, what?
I mean, they have been building a team, making sure that they are the most dominant team across the globe. And I think without winning the Champions League or doing good, reaching the finals or the semi-finals and showing that passion and the eagerness to become the greatest club football, the football club right now, I think it really is the time for City to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right?
Like, I think Pep is the perfect manager for that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he's there in City.
I think, but I feel like he's still going to come up short. Like, no matter how he's playing in the Premier League, I still don't see him winning the Champions League this season. I still feel like he's going to come up short against one team, and then he just, But I would still love it. Like, I'd love it if he goes to the final and then loses it. That's fine. Totally fine. But, like, he needs to start. Like, he loses to a bunch of teams which we are like, okay, this is just going to be walk in the park. Like we're talking about Gladbach. But you never know. It might overthinks the tactics a bit too much. And the way City actually play, he does not play them exactly the way in the Champions League. That is the problem that Pep and City have had.
And Pep overthinks a lot. And when it comes to Champions League, I think Pep overthinks a lot. And I think, and as I have been saying it, and I believe we all know that in Champions League, the form actually goes out of the window. We have seen the results. Some upsets, we have seen big upsets. So it can happen.
Yeah, it's a knockout fixture. So yeah, you have
Exactly, it's a knockout fixture.
Good days. If you don't, you will be in trouble. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
I mean, Guardiola hasn't won anything in UEFA since he was a manager at Barcelona. So that it's been a long time for him. I mean, he has been chasing that elusive title right now for the past.
I only have problem with Guardiola at City, or whatever he had done even at Bayern. He didn't win the Champions League, but in those 3 seasons he came up first against Real, then against Bayern, then against Barca, and then against Atletico. Like those 3 teams were in the form of their life. They had the team build everything. Like Ronaldo was doing something exceptional at that time. The next season Messi came along. The next season Atletico again came along. So they like the Spanish teams at that and in that period were dominant, so dominant that you could not defeat them. So he came up again. Like every time he played the semifinals, he came up short against one of the Spanish teams. So totally get that. But the way he performs at City in the Champions League games, he goes out against Monaco. He goes out against a team like Lyon. Like they were sitting 7th in the league last time, Lyon, and you lost against them. Like come on, you shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, it reiterates Anshuman's point over here that in Champions League the form goes out of the window. You can just need to focus on that fixture itself. So closing thoughts on this one now. Again, as you know, I mean, which question I'm going to ask? It's all about scoreline now. So what do you think will be the aggregate scoreline for this fixture?
Oh, no one's.
Nobody wants to.
No, I was waiting for you to.
I'm going to go for a 6-1 victory for City.
Holy shit! That's too much.
I'm gonna go for a 4-0 victory in the first leg, and then they put out their youngsters or the second string team that City has, which in itself is a good team. So I'm gonna go for a 5-0 victory.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for 3-0.
3-0 is, I think it's conservative given City's form right now. So
Yeah.
3-0 is
No,
definitely.
I'm putting this over Pep Guardiola's overthinking.
I mean, given the recent form, I think it's probably going to be a 5-1 or 5-2 victory. I mean, two is also saying like it's I think a lot.
Giving Gladbach a glimmer of chance.
I mean, giving them some respect in that fixture itself, but
Right.
don't think it might be it won't be a 5-2 victory or something like that. But let's see what happens. So there you have it, folks. This is our Champions League preview. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Do not forget to comment on the score lines. What do you think? And also, do not forget to follow us on the social media handles. And thank you, and stay tuned for further updates on Football Contest podcast.
Yeah.